Hello, Internet. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube and Instagram, and anywhere else this video may appear. My name is Samuel Heber from SamuelHeber.net. Samuel Heber on YouTube, Samuel Heber on Facebook, Heber Family Adventures on Instagram. I'm here today with Rachael Barcellona, and she's going to tell us a bit about her story with autism. Rachael, can you start by telling the folks a bit about yourself?
Okay, well, thank you for having me. My name is Rachael Barcelona. I'm 23 years old. I am on the autism spectrum, but despite that, I'm still going to college. I'm double majoring in communications and creative writing. I also love to write, sing, and just take on the world one step at a time.
Thank you, Rachel. That's a good introduction. How has your view on your autism changed over the years, say from when you first got diagnosed until now?
Wow, I mean, it's still changing because autism advocacy and even autism itself, it's a journey. So when I first got diagnosed at the age of 3, I knew nothing, obviously. I couldn't even talk, so I couldn't express how I felt. So it was just an enigma, this autism. And with the help of my mom, we were both learning together through books and going to social skills groups. But I didn't learn anything because it was mostly all boys, the ratio's 4-1. And I wanted to fix that. I really wanted to meet girls that I could relate to. So I told my mom that, and I started doing pageants, modeling, and even though they were considered neurotypical girls, my views of autism really flourished because of that. I was taught that even though I'm different, there's really nothing wrong with me, and I should just be honest with myself. I'm created a specific way, and we all are. Autism isn't a disease. We should just learn to love ourselves.
That's definitely a very beautiful view on autism, and and for those who don't know, like, how does autism differ for girls than it does for boys?
Well, that's something I've been thinking about recently because I never really thought about it. I was always told that there isn't really that many of us and we don't get as much help because we are always good at hiding it. And you probably know it's called masking. We
Mm.
always put on a mask to fit in with others, and I know I do this all the time, especially in middle school, because everyone wants to fit in middle school. So
Mm.
I know that if I would just be myself, I would get in trouble. I know
Mm.
Justin Bieber was really big at the time, and I said, I really don't like this guy. His music sucks. And everyone just hated me. So then I just learned, okay, I got a mask. If people are going to be my friends, I got to just shut up and conform to what they like. But then I went home and I didn't like it. I hated this masking. So another thing that I try to show autistic girls is that we need to remove the mask and we shouldn't conform to what society tells us to be.
I think that's absolutely beautiful. And boys on the spectrum also face that we have to be macho and athletic and have chiseled abs and all that crap. So I think it's on both for both sexes. That's definitely a huge challenge. Would you say that all these pageant stuff really helped with your social skills, like learning to be in the spotlight? Because that's not something people on the spectrum are often known for, wanting to be in the spotlight.
Well, I would say that I loved being in the spotlight since a young age because, in elementary school, we had picture day, and I told my mom I want to be a model ever since I saw that camera go off.
Mhm.
But yes, it really did help me with my social skills because in pageants we have an interview that really helped me with eye contact, applying for jobs,
Mhm.
and also I realized that I love being on stage just by going up on stage, singing, wearing dresses. I
Mhm.
think it was really, really beneficial, but I know it's not for everybody. I tell people that some people have a fear of being on stage, but I have a fear of coming off of it. And I
Mhm.
think that's the beautiful thing that everyone on the spectrum is different.
Mhm. Yeah, as William Shakespeare said, the whole world's a stage. So for you, like you've never left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So on your Instagram, it says you're an opera singer, a writer. Have you been in any operas that we might know about?
Have I been in them?
Yes, as an
Maybe
opera
someday, but
thing.
right now I love going to operas. I love going to the Met, and it's like in New York because I'm going to move there, and I
Mhm.
hope that I can afford to go there all the time. But no, I have not been in any, but I want to. But funny story, I went to the Royal Opera House in London and was able to sit in the Queen's box because they have a box where the Queen gets to sit, and I
Mhm.
didn't think they'd let me do it, but it was amazing.
Mhm. Was the Queen there?
No, she wasn't, but it would have been cool if she was.
So with everyone in your middle school listening to things like Justin Bieber, how do you go from like pop music to wanting to be an opera singer?
Well, actually, I never liked pop music that much. That's what I said, masking. Because my whole life, I really enjoyed metal music, and I still do. My favorite genres are heavy metal and opera. And this was all part of my training for autism. I love music therapy, and it helped me combat loud noises because I couldn't even listen to a fire drill without crying. So my dad collects vinyls, and we would listen to those, and then he'd have CDs,
Mm,
and he would just put them on my ears, and they're really loud. So I would listen to Black Sabbath or maybe doo wop because they
mm,
scream in that genre too.
mm,
And then eventually opera, and I loved that the best. I would listen to those for hours on end, and I thought, I
mhm,
want to sing. I don't care what genre it is, but I
mhm,
love opera.
mhm. Yeah, I think opera is definitely a great genre because it really allows you to, get your feelings out, and like you can just hear it in their voice, like Taja from Nightwish, and like those type of singers, like who I'm
I
also.
love Nightwish.
Yeah. What do you think of Floor?
I don't know. I have not heard of that one, but I can just name a lot of I love Lacuna Coil. That's one of my favorite bands. And I
Mhm.
always tell people I'm a huge fan of Cannibal Corpse. I mean, I know that might not be a popular opinion, but I just love things that are weird and out there. And
Mhm.
so much that I also like gothic music too
Mhm.
because it's so relaxing, and I
Mhm.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, I find it relaxing, and so does my wife. Also, because it dives into those deep emotions that people like us really struggle to express in like normal conversation. Do you think music helps you express the emotions that are hard to get out?
All the time. Yes, because I think that with the lyrics that some people write, I would just listen to it and I think I wanted to say that, but I could not express that.
Mm,
So maybe I'll just say it in a conversation,
mhm.
and people won't know that it's a lyric from Motionless in White or something. But oh well.
Yeah, I used to do that too as I was learning to express myself. Let's see what else I got. So you say you like to write. What kind of things do you like to write?
I really love fantasy. I'm a huge fan of Tolkien. I love Lord of the Rings. I love all the books, and I'm writing my own fantasy series. I'm working on that, and it's just been amazing.
Can we have a snippet of what your fantasy stories are about?
Oh boy, well, it's really complicated, but I would say that it's kind of my own thing. There's two worlds, like we have our world, and then there's a world that's under coal mines, and this princess escapes it and she tries to make friends with the humans.
Hmm. Oh, well, folks, keep following this girl, and when it comes out, we'll definitely all be buying these books because that sounds really interesting. Uh, let's see what else I got.
Not good at explaining things.
That's all right. You're singing, or that's what the book is for.
Yeah.
You gotta leave a little mystery for us, or else we're gonna get too many spoilers.
Yeah.
Um, being in the spotlight, how have people in the modeling and pageant world reacted to you being on the spectrum?
To me being on the oh well, that's another interesting thing. I think that I always get the oh you don't look autistic thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that I don't want to talk badly, but it's true. A lot of people think that because I have autism, I'm not capable of doing the things the other girls are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's led to some discrimination, but I don't want to give up just because I have a lot or some haters or people who don't believe.
Right.
Because, I mean, if people gave up in history because they were discriminated against, there wouldn't be any differences made.
Definitely. And one thing I often tell people is like autistic people have been changing the world for like especially the last 2 centuries, like Einstein, Tesla, John Lennon, Tim Burton, just to name a few famous people that are on the autism spectrum. That the world wouldn't be where it is today without us.
Yes. And I think it's kind of sad because sometimes I'll do a little thing on my Instagram. I will sort of do a spotlight to characters in movies that are autistic or famous autistic people. And you will not believe how many people I get saying, oh, I didn't know that person had autism. And
Mhm.
that just makes me think, why is this being hidden from us? We need to know our history.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons it probably is hidden is because people can't see autism, like because it's in their heads, not like on our face.
Yeah.
That's
We
why
have
that's why that's why I also hate the expression "you don't look autistic," you don't sound autistic.
Yeah, I think it's because we have this one image of autism.
Mhm.
And like I said, Elsa is my favorite princess because she represents autism to me. And for me, all the signs are there. She was very isolated. Her parents didn't understand what was going on with her. And she has all the signs, at least what I can relate to. But people always tell me she doesn't look autistic or seem that way. But that just makes me think, wow, everyone still has this one image of autism, and we really need to smash that.
Mhm. Just like yeah, definitely. Um, let's see what else. Let's see. How has been a multi-talented entrepreneur, you think, helped change the way people see autism? That you have so many skills and you're not afraid to show them off. How do you think that's helping people see autism in a different way?
Well, like I said, I think that's helping people see that we're not just one face. We're capable of doing things that others can. We're capable of having businesses. I mean, I could not count how many autism run businesses that I've seen that are doing very well.
Hmm.
It's just amazing to me.
Hmm. Yeah, that we have this whole community that no one sees, but been around this whole time, and definitely love that you're shining a spotlight on all that we can do and that we can be strong, independent people. Um, how did you become so strong and independent? You think? Because most people on the spectrum feel like they need mom and dad, even as adults, like constantly hovering over them. But you seem to have a very independent spirit. So how did you get there?
Okay, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I think that it's been constantly building up, but I also think it's because I was bullied a lot
Mm-hmm.
and I just there is a point where you say no more. I don't want people doing this to me, and I fought back eventually. I can always I tell people this story all the time. There was one time I told people that were making fun of me, "Shut up," and my mom did find out about that, and yeah, she hovers over me, but I just don't get why people in their teenage phase they don't not try to run away, but assert their independence because I really, really, really just wanted to do that. And my dad did too because he's on the spectrum as well.
I think that's a perfect answer, and I think what you're doing and what I'm doing and what I'm hoping this video inspires other people on the spectrum that are teenagers or young adults. It is finding that independent voice, like Elsa finding that she's the fifth element, like she's the hidden power. Um, and I think you're definitely doing that. And the fact that you said shut up, and I think that's the huge thing is if you don't make yourself an easy target for the bullies, then they will leave you alone. And it seems like you have definitely found your fifth element in allowing that to no longer bother you as much.
Oh, thank you. I was also gonna say that I also wanted to let my mom know that I am capable because I'm gonna move out soon. And
Hmm.
yeah, she's kind of worried, but she trusts me. And I think that another important element is trust amongst parents to their children.
Hmm. Yeah, that's definitely a huge part. And I think by you allowing yourself to be in the spotlight like this and showing that you're not afraid anymore is definitely what's allowing your mom to let you move out. And for anyone else that's listening there, boy, girl, whatever you identify as, um, that's the key. If you're like, I'm 30 years old, I'm stuck at home still, like, and you want to get out, like, it's all about finding your voice or finding that fifth element, like Elsa did. Which leads me to, actually, no, we'll get to that in a second. But um, if you could change the way the world sees autism in one way, what would it be and why?
Oh, wow. I mean, if I had a magic wand,
Yes, a magic wand.
a lot. But if I could change anything, I would say I would get rid of all ignorance to show that we, as a spectrum, we are not just one face or one race. Because you've seen this in media, we're portrayed as one certain thing, and I think that people should see us as people.
Hmm. Yeah, it's all about our humanity, and that's what autism self advocacy is all about: is showing the world our humanity. And I can think of no better way to show our humanity than through music, which leads us to the last bit of our interview, which is the musical performance part of this. Rachel's going to sing us a little tune from, as we've been talking about, an Elsa tune from Frozen 2. Uh,
Uh,
can you tell, before you sing, can you tell us why you picked this song and why it's so important to you?
Well, I like it better than Let It Go, even though that's a good one. But I think this one is amazing and important to me because she is talking about confronting the unknown, things that she might not. I'm still thinking because it's just, I could write an essay about it. But I think that's something we all have to do as autistic people or just people in general, is face our fears and find out if there is something wrong or not.
That's beautiful. And all right, whenever you're ready, let's hear this tune.
I'll do a verse because I don't have the music with me. I
Okay.
don't want to like draw it out. So I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Oh, oh. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear. And if I heard you, which I don't, I'm spoken for, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, no need for something new. I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you into the unknown? That's what I have.
Well, that was beautiful, and we hope to hear more of your performances over the years. And everyone, let's vote her into some opera, or however you get an opera singer into an opera, or singing for Disney or something. We gotta get this girl on something.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
actually going to be singing that in October 2021 because I'm going to be in Canada speaking about autism.
Awesome. Well, definitely post about that, and we'll definitely follow you all the way to Canada, at least virtually. Um, Rachel, how can people get in contact with you if they want to talk about autism or book you for some sort of event or something?
All right. Well, you can go to my page on Facebook, Rachael Barcelona, Ability Beyond Disabilities, or you can follow me on Instagram, Rachael Barcelona. That's just my name.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much for coming on Heroes of Autism. Everyone, that was an amazing interview. I hope you subscribe below. This is Sam Heber signing off.